Everest Base Camp, day 11, and yeah, I'm on the top of my acclimatization hike, and I decided to stop here. It's a nice vantage point. But what we're looking at here, it's actually this little town down here is Dingboche, and I'm actually staying over in Peroche, which I can't see. There's a red, maybe that's it. Yeah, there's part of my town. The rest is cut off by the ledge. But Namche Bazaar is back down that valley, and over this way, this is Abu Dalam, something like that. And these mountains over here are sort of like back towards the Chinese border, the Tibetan border. It's a bit windy, I'm sure you can hear. And you can actually look all the way back. Namche Bazaar. And then it just sort of ends. Everest is like straight back this way. It's cut off by this big giant mountain. So I would have to climb, I don't know, another 1,000 meters and probably die. So I'm not gonna do it. Elevation's like 15,000, maybe even 16,000 feet. And I'm definitely feeling it. I feel pretty groggy, and looking forward to going back and eating some warm food and relaxing. So day 11, acclimatization day. This is day 12, May 3rd, and we found out last night, we stayed in the presidential suite. Jimmy Carter stayed in this very room 23 years ago. Slept on this bed, maybe this bed, I don't know, but the presidential suite. High class. Day 13, Everest Base Camp trek. Eating breakfast in my lodge. I just had a pancake. It's gone. Drinking milk tea. And you see somebody's water bottle next to mine. Mine's the one on the left. And I look at it and I'm like, I wonder why I get sick. Then I scratch my head and I'm like, no idea. But the lodge here, you have your stove, you have people milling about, getting ready for the big 3-kilometer hike to La Buche. You have lots and lots of posters around, eh? Like, yeah, no Jimmy Carter. We're a little bit disappointed. He's like our false idol. You have stuff like the World Trade Center tower, like kind of random. And you have stuff like a Thai flag. That's kind of cool. Yeah. What else? Buddhist stuff. Yeah, 2 kittens over there. That's always fun.
Oh, I gotta give a shout out. It's my sister's birthday today. It's the 4th of May.
It's Drina's birthday. 4th of May. Actually, it's yesterday was Derby Day.
Oh yeah.
And
slightly more important.
So it's all dark. There we go. Yeah, Derby Day was yesterday. And actually, it's probably being run right now. So I want to find out what the field is and gamble on it before I'm too late.
Matt's been telling me all about how it works. And mint tulips, was it? Mint tulips, and you have the whiskey drinks with the mint.
You gotta sneak the alcohol into the Derby, and then you pass out and people find you the next day, stuff like that. All right. So one last glance around our lodge. This is the Yak Lodge, I think, and What's the name of this town? I'm like a rock star.
Dogla.
Yeah.
Dogla.
Good evening, Douglas.
Yeah, it's taped to the back of your guitar.
It's been wonderful to be here.
But don't forget the mouse. We had a mouse last night.
Oh yeah. We had the mouse in the back of our...
Yeah, we had a mouse. Fortunately, I didn't use my sleeping bag. The blankets are so comfortable, I was able to just use my liner. That was pretty awesome. Otherwise, we're having some nice chia milk tea. And I'll let Matt sign off on this one.
I was guarding my candy bars with my life. Like I remember the AT with those mice.
Have you
what a
told the
nightmare.
camera how many candy bars we've got?
Maybe 12.
12 for you, yeah.
Yeah,
I bought 11 Snickers at Namche. I've got 8 left.
Here's our jug of milk tea, LP or guidebook. Mango jam. The memories. There's the city of Dugla, where we stayed last night. And I'm hiking up the glacial moraine, or the Khumbu Glacier. So clouds are just starting to come in. Oh, clouds are just starting to come in and cover the valley. We're heading up this way. Some yaks, which I'm going to get out of the way, as they look like they could probably kill me. Oh, he's whipping them. The yak herders. So anyway, this is Abu Dhalam is right here. And I don't know what the smaller peaks are, but heading up this glacial moraine. There's a porter right in front of me carrying some rice. But it's pretty easy to see the way because there's people everywhere. But we'll be to the top of here and to La Bouche in no time. So this is just a bunch of memorials to people that have died on Everest. Scott Fisher, he was in the Krakauer book. So you see, it says Scott Fisher. Are we down here? This guy died just a couple of years ago from Dallas. Wow, just like about a year older than me, year younger than me. Yeah. You look around, and there's these markers everywhere. On this hillside, there's a lot. For each one, a different person that's died on Everest. So it's kind of solemn. Yeah, we're sort of at the foot of Everest. You can't see it from here, but all of these little memorials to the people that have lost their lives on the mountain. Yeah, kind of touching. But then, at the same time, you have these porters down here that are like just shooting the breeze. I think they see it every day, so maybe not as touching to them. But pretty neat stuff. I remember reading the Krakauer book where Scott Fisher died, and pretty tragic story. So, hey, rest in peace. Okay, so here's why I'm on this trek. Just come up around this bend, and oh, that is something else. Wow. I think that might be Nuptse. Not positive. But that's the site. You can Also follow our trail. And zoom in on these little specks out here. There's the yaks. So we'll be down there in not too long. So whenever I see yaks from behind, it makes me think of those animals in The Empire Strikes Back. They're like Han Solo has to cut open to save Luke. Yeah. So I think of that a lot, especially when you see like big mountains and it's cold and snowy. And also that Yeti thing comes and attacks Luke. But that may just be what a nerd I am. But I still think it's cool. Himalayan snowbirds. Snowcocks, maybe? I'm not sure. But, check out where we're walking. Whoops. There's Gary and some people. And we'll be to Gorak Shepin pretty soon. And we just came from down here. So wow. This man charms us. Gary meets the flute player. Ooh. Namaste.
Namaste.
There he goes. The Pied Piper of the Himalayas. Today is 14, by the way. We'll make it to Everest Base Camp. And if the fascist Chinese let us in, that is. And we'll sleep in Gorak Shep. And right now we're about 5,000 meters. This will be the highest I've ever slept. I didn't sleep really well last night, but I feel amazing. Like how could you not with these views? And you can see there's a dusting of snow. It's on the ground. There's these people. I think this is a party of Brits. Some palms coming up the trail. But yeah, I feel really good. Just a little shortness of breath. I mean, I think if you fly some wind into this altitude, like they they just die. So we'll be at EBC, I don't know, a little after lunchtime. Say hello to all the climbers. More snowcocks. Maybe. Oh. There he goes.
Sounds like Pac-Man. Oh, here we go. There's one. Oh, he was just pecking at the wood.
Join your friends. What's this memorial over here?
I think it's to a Korean couple who both died on the same day together. Or 2 people from one expedition at least.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Korean. Alright, there's Gorak Shep. 5,100 meters. So I'll sleep there tonight. I don't know if you call it sleeping though. I think I might just be laying there waiting for the sunrise. And it's too bad Kalapatar is over there, but clouds are rolling in really fast, so you can't see much. This Khumbu Glacier, it's like really up close seeing the glacier. It's pretty fantastic. There's all these cirques, like, just you can see why people don't want to walk over these things. Alright, but home sweet home. Gorak Shep, 5,180 meters, and the lovely sounds of a baby crying its eyes out. I think the baby's being washed in freezing cold water, so I don't think we have to worry about that all night. Got Sherpa breakfast, cigarette and coffee. And if 5,000 meters makes me want to do anything, smoke a cigarette. But this is the scene here. So we're gonna check into one of these lodges and then hike to Everest Base Camp. This is the way to Everest Base Camp, and probably not going to be allowed to film in the base camp because the Chinese are controlling it right now. And the Olympic torch is going to the top of Everest in the next couple of days. So they're really worried about Tibetan protesters and whatnot. But yeah, these lovely blue ice formations on these mountains. But there's actually a little bit of sky opening up back behind me here. Blue sky, but otherwise it looks like it might start snowing soon. But yeah, hopefully I'll get another couple minutes of video as we get a little bit closer to base camp. But the Chinese won't allow it inside base camp. This could be base camp right here. If so, I'm breaking the law by filming it. I'll post this on YouTube, and then Tibetans can take all the useful information and plan their grand protest. But I think that's the Khumbu Icefall right there. So I think Everest climbers, they do something like, they're like up to this, and then they go over this way, and then God knows where.
Is that a pass up there?
That's it. My hand's a little shaky from the altitude. But that's base camp. closer and closer we inch our way to the target. There's like a few hundred people there, I think. And then right on the foot of the Khumbu icefall. Up and up and up and up and up. I think this is the last vantage point we're going to have of EBC. But that's where it all starts. For Ed Hillary and Krakauer and everyone else. So winded, tired.
The snow's coming in.
Yeah, it's gonna snow here. But I really like this this glacier coming down. I don't think you can see it. Alright, I'm just outside Everest Base Camp at the Army Post, and I just came back and retrieved my camera, but we ate cinnamon rolls. We had a good time, we talked to a few climbers, and now we're heading on our way back down, so I think this is the bakery right here. Maybe. But yeah, there's an American expedition in there. I saw the flag. And lots of others as well. There's hundreds of people living there. But I'm in the suburbs, and the weather's cleared up a little bit. It was snowing, but yeah, just a little bit of blue sky up there, and like all these, like these ice formations around here. It's the glacier. It's melting. You can see. See the little like stands of ice. So we'll head back into the mist over there. All right. Thank you guys very much. Namaste. So I'm looking out at the Khumbu Glacier, and as you can see, it's actually covered in rocks and in debris. And I just learned that keeps the sunlight from hitting the glacier. And all this debris is it's kept the glacier about the same size for the past 50 years. And all this rock you're seeing all the way out here, it all just covers the glacier. And so if you look back towards base camp, there we go in there. So this new fresh white part of the glacier, it's falling from the western comb of Mount Everest, so that's why it's white and it's exposed to direct sunlight. So it melts a little bit, and then eventually, I suppose, gets covered by debris, and then becomes part of the Khumbu Glacier. But yeah, I learned this at Everest Base Camp. I'm kind of proud of myself. So learning something at 17,000 feet. Interesting. But every so often we hear like oh, what luck. So we have like a avalanche. You can see it spilling down. So this ain't gonna hit us, is it? Wow, I'm a little bit nervous standing here because I could easily see this thing like
It's coming straight this way.
yeah. I'm like, should I make a break for it? But yeah, I was just about to say you can hear little avalanches in various parts of the valley, and right behind me this is the biggest one I've ever seen. So It's a lot of dust and snow falling. But it looks like I'm safe. It looks like I'm not going to cross the ridge. I feel lucky.
Yeah.
Wow, there's still just a lot of debris falling up there. It's global warming for you. Yeah, it looks like it's about over. The weather keeps getting better, and we basically just have a ring of clouds that's covering up this valley. But this is the peak of Nuptse, and nobody's on top of it. Anyway, Everest, the whole Everest monster, Goliath, is sort of behind this wall right here of mountain. But I'm just amazed, like how glaciated, like it's like a sheer wall. And yeah, so pretty, so nice that there's blue sky again. And down below we still have the Khumbu Glacier. We're just hiking along this ridge trying to get to Gorak Shep again so I can relax. But I'm awestruck. I mean, Everest Base Camp is back down there. But yeah, like the more the mountains show up, the more unbelievable it is. Nuptse. So tomorrow we'll actually see Everest when we climb up. Alright, so it's the end of day 14, and I'm in my VIP room, and actually going to Everest Base Camp, it was super cool today. It's one of my goals that I've always wanted to do as a trekker. I don't think you can do a lot more that's more extreme than trekking to Everest Base Camp. But the past few days I felt like a heroin addict. Just like my living conditions. I mean, like I haven't shaved in weeks, and I don't think I've taken a bath in at least like 7 or 8 days. And the room I'm staying in, it's just like plywood walls, and you can see the lighting. It's like really bad. So like, I mean, like, just look, it's like dirty blankets, and like smells bad. My clothes are all dirty. The floor, it's disgusting. And the best part, if you go out here in the hallway, check out this hallway. This is where somebody gets stabbed. Straight up this hallway that I live in now. But the room itself, everything's just spread out. It's in shambles. Gary's laying there, like he looks like he's on my bench. Like, how you feel, Gary? You're like, And I mean, it smells like feces in the hallway. Like it's all we need is a needle and a spoon, and
Living the dream, Matt. Living the dream.
it's such a good life. But anyway, stoked to go up Everest Base Camp today, and yeah, tomorrow we go up Kalapatar, and then we start going to lower elevations. So this is the part of the videotape that's like the creepy part. What was that movie?
Oh boy.
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch Project.
Everything looks like all creepy and like dark lighting. But
yeah, you got that light above your head.
yeah, there's no better way to do it. Otherwise, I look even more creepy like this. All right, peace out. It's day 15, May 5th maybe. We woke up to a lot of cloud cover, and climbing up Kalapatar, but that peak in the middle, it's Mount Everest. It's the highest point in the world right there. But maybe later we'll see people summiting. But the weather is you can see a lot of clouds, a lot of overcast. But as the sun comes up, I think we're gonna get spectacular views. This is Nupse right here. It's a little closer to us, that's why it looks bigger than Everest. Ah, what a sight. Alright, once again, the view from Everest. But this time, I'm on top of Kalapatar. There's lots of people up here. Everyone's really excited. But if you actually look around here, I'm sitting on a ledge that drops down thousands of meters. It's a beautiful scene. This is the highest I've ever been in my life. So, like these guys getting their photo taken together at the top.
Alright!
And here I am, just relaxing. Yeah, the sun rose right behind Everest, so it's hard to get good pics. So it kind of like doesn't show up so well. Yeah, up here it's about 5,600 meters, which is higher than any mountain in the 48 states. It's higher than Mont Blanc in France. It's higher than Torongla. It's higher than Mount Cook. It's higher than just about anything that you can name besides the Himalaya.
Higher than Mount Kosciuszko.
Yeah, it's higher than those crappy Australian mountains. Yeah, but pretty amazing right here. And views, like there's a 360-degree panorama. I think there's like 4 or 5 8,000 meter peaks in the view. And there's a lot of fog and mist around. So, whoa. People keep trampling on one another up here. It's a tiny little summit and there's probably 12 people at the top. You can see if I change the camera angle around. Alright, so I better head down soon and give someone else their time at the summit. But highest ever. This is pretty sweet. Here's the view down the hill. So it's like this is the route we came up. It's like an army moving in slow motion,
10 more minutes!
taking a hill. When you're above 5,000 meters, nobody's moving very fast. But one of the guys just pointed out to me, if you look over this ledge, these lakes way down here. I think this lake right in the corner, there's a campsite. There it is. Huh. But I think tomorrow we're going to go over Chola Pass, which I think is, we'll walk on the edge of this glacier right here and then cut down that valley. I think. Yeah, this other glacial lake right over here.
There's a bigger one in Everest, there's one.
And then there's Khumbu Glacier that we were at yesterday. And then right down there is base camp. So I guess the route they take, they climb up this Khumbu Glacier like right here. They slide around a little bit and they end up on Everest, way up there. I want to see somebody like at the top, like waving. Probably not going to happen. And there's Nupse, which always looks bigger. But, so. panorama and a half. So nice to do this whole view. Whoa. I feel like somebody's gonna knock me off the edge behind me.
Congratulations.
So here's the very peak of the summit where I just was. There's Roger Federer, and they're standing right there, and yeah, the view is just so nice.
Recording.
All right. So yeah, this is Kalapatar. This is like just an amazing view of Everest over here, and also the highest point I've been to in my life. And the really nice thing though is you have like 360-degree panorama. I mean, you can see base camp like way down below us, and you can see Ama Dablam, which is behind you now. Like basically, we can see everything that we've seen for the past week, and it's more clear and have better views of it. So yeah, I'm just super excited to be up here. And we started out this morning. It was really cloudy, and slowly the veil of clouds lifted, and now we just have views everywhere, and I can actually feel myself being sunburned. I'm gonna roast, my face is, but yeah, just swing around and show all these mountains, man.
Alright, so what's this one up over here behind the clouds?
It's an 8,000 meter peak. I can't remember the name.
Kumbu?
Choyo, maybe?
I think it's the Kumbu one. And then go down here. What's down here, Matt?
You tell me.
The Kumbu Glacier, and down there you got base camp. But that's obscured by people. So now we're going to be looking a bit too much into the sun for our liking, but oh well. And that right there, folks, that is Everest on the left. On the right,
out on your camera, is it?
Nuptse.
That's alright. It's not
I
fantastic.
can't even see it on my camera.
Yeah, here we got a young man from Adelaide
Oh yeah, how you doing?
applying the sunscreen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he mentioned the sun, I thought, yeah.
He's been our official photographer for the past 10 minutes. We just released him from that position.
I really like Abba Dablam.
Yeah,
Just sort of.
Abba Dablam. That's the one we're looking at now. That's the one Matt's just talking about. He digs. Alright, this is the walk up to Kalapatar. People are letting off their, what, the yelp is it?
The barbaric yelp.
The barbaric yelp.
Whitman-esque.
It's a young friend from Adelaide. So out here you got more. You even got down here on the lake. If you have a look, you can see the camping. Just a tent right there on the edge. I would zoom, but I'm not going to subject you to my camera skills. And back here we have Matt. He's about to give his barbaric yelp. Yelp! And now my turn. Yelp! Alright. Okay, well, this is us, Kalapatar, signing off.
Okay, before I take off, just another final shot of Everest, and zoom in on him.
Just be careful, just moving.
The highest point in the world. I'm such a bad cameraman, I can't see, the sun's in my eyes. But man, that view is just something else. Nuptse, Everest on the left, and the scene up here is still like a party atmosphere, and base camp down there. I like hearing all the conversations and the accents, but like, yeah, this stuff is just, man, look at the face of that mountain. It's just pure snow, like glaciated. And you zoom out, and This is one of my favorite photos right here. You have our little summit up Kalapatar, and then you have the other mountain behind it with the prayer flag. Everyone taking photos. Everyone pretty happy.
Now we're gonna gorge ourselves on a well-deserved extravagant breakfast, I think.
Yeah. Gonna head down there.
It's called for.
My body's twisted around. I don't think I can go that way.
This one, top 5.
This is on my top 5 list. And I like the guides down here. They're like, okay, be careful. Like, let's go. Stop. And then also, I like the little people coming up the hill. They're like, I'm weary. I'm tired. I'm out of oxygen. We have less than 50% of the oxygen here atop Kalapatar than you would at sea level. Less than 50%.
Than you have watching this right now.
Okay. One last view of Everest. Signing out. And we'll see Everest again from Gokyo-ri. But take care. Alright, we're gonna say goodbye to our buddy Everest. Goodbye, Everest. As we continue on down the trail. And we see our home in Kalapatar. Or, I'm sorry, Gorakshep. There he is. So, the crack house of Gorakshep. We'll eat breakfast there and take our leave and then head down valley a bit. But just fantastic. Again, Abu Dalam right there. And even up valley, there's the peak. I'm gonna look at this in 10 years and just not believe I was here. And up towards, there's the Khumbu Icefall. So, goodbye Everest. We'll see you again in a few days. So at the risk of boring the audience, I just can't help myself. The sky is so blue. And again, that's Nuptse, and that's Everest, and this mountain's actually in Tibet. Like, I'm looking at China right now, but like the white mountains on the blue sky, it's just, it's too much. But look at that blue sky. This is like the biggest thing I missed living in Korea, was blue sky like this. But this panorama, even I'm almost back to Gorakshep, and still the panorama is just tremendous. I think Abu Dalam has almost disappeared. Some clouds over there. The sky. Even though there's only half as much oxygen up here, I just feel so good. This is our lodge at Gorakshep. Notice the hallway. Looks like a crack den, but the dining hall, very busy. I'm waiting for my breakfast. We're ordering a feast since we just came down from Kalapatar. My breakfast should be coming from this window momentarily. This woman So busy here. It's also very expensive, but it's worth it. Got the packs back on. Goodbye, Crack Lodge, Gorak Shep. We'll see you again, Noopse. Everest. Actually, that's the tip of Everest right there. You can see it. Everest. We'll see you again too. But Gorak Shep. Goodbye. Goodbye. Kalapatar. Goodbye. All right. On our way to Zongla. It's a little cloudy, a little windy, but the path is easy going. Down here, just a few days ago, we were in, Ferice. So that's where we had our altitude talk, and we stayed in the presidential suite. Took an acclimatization day. A lot of good times in Ferice. And then just over here we have Dugla. More good times in Dugla. So we spent the night after Ferice in Dugla, just the two house settlement. And over here on the hike up from Dugla, you may remember all of the markers for people that have died on Everest. That's what's going on here. So, kind of cool. We're on opposite side of the valley now. So, we came from Labuche, which is just back around the bend over there. And we're going to follow this ridge around the bend. You can see these hikers up ahead of us. We're going to go around the bend there. And then find Zongla and spend the night. And then tomorrow, Chola. There's Ama Dablam? Maybe? Abu Dablam? I don't know. But I can see why people say it's one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. But a little bit more insight. Ferice is right there. Ferice. It's the mountain. And our trail actually swung around here, which you can see it really well right there. And now I've crossed this little gully and climbed back up here. But some sort of camp going on over here. These guys. But anyway, they might be on a climbing expedition. It's windy. Got a few miles to go. Look at the blue color of the sky. Oh, there he is. Look at the blue color. Come on, buddy. Come here, bro. Okay, there he is. That's one of the prettiest birds I've ever seen. Okay, day 16, we're about to leave from Zongla, and looking back at Ama Dablam, we see that we have this whole valley is just undercast. It's just filled up with with the fog. But just amazing views. Look, the sun's coming up and hitting these mountains over here. And then our friendly little lodge over there. But the real winner is this undercast valley. If I walk closer towards it, you can see it even better. But today, Chola. There's one last view of this undercast valley before I go around the corner and we can't see it anymore. But yeah. With these clouds beneath me. And it's a really picturesque view. Okay, making my way up to Chola Pass. And this is the view I have back down the valley. Just hiked up this basin down here. And you can still see just a little bit of that undercast valley that I saw this morning. So yeah. The height of Chola Pass is exactly the same. Or actually, it's 4 meters higher than Torong La. So I'm probably about 5,000 meters right now. And I have to continue to climb either there or there. I'm not sure, but I'm winded. I can barely talk. And I'm resting on a big rock right now, so another 400 meter climb with my pack on, and then it's a big downhill down to Gokyo Valley. The way. There's the European Union team. Okay, I'm up near the top of the pass now, and it's kind of like an austere beauty up here. I'm so winded I can barely talk. But the good thing is there's just glorious weather and no wind. But see the remnants of, I don't know if it's a glacier or just a really thick ice field. But I really like the groove pattern on the side. But to get up here was like using my hands and elbows and 3 points of contact. It was like a climbing route, but Team European Union is right there, and the pass I think is just like kind of a hop, skip, and a jump right up there where the blue sky is. So yeah, I'll be relieved to head down a little bit, but I feel really good. No headache, no signs of AMS. Just winded. There's the pass. I'm gonna make it. So 5,420 meters. All right, we made it to Chola, which is 4 meters higher than Torong La. And this one was a lot sketchier coming up. Like Torong La was just a big walk through the snow, and Chola was a really steep gully with a bunch of rocks and other stuff that we had to come up. I hear shouting off in the distance, and with all these mountain valleys, it's hard to tell exactly what direction it's coming from. But I'll just show you a little tour of Chola Pass. So see. Oops. Came across this way. We actually had to walk up that embankment and then down those rocks because,
Not me, man. You'll see my name in this note.
as you see, there is an ice lake right here. So if you want to rock right over, then you could take a plunge.
You see my name over there, man?
I don't see where you came. I guess Gary came. Ah, right there. Gary, flirting with death. But yeah, the main part of the valley over there is cut off, the valley we walked up. But still, really amazing, good stuff. And so we'll be in Gokyo by this afternoon. Not as many prayer flags here either. Definitely no CDT marker. But it feels kind of cool being 4 meters higher than Dorongla. And now we just have the really sketchy descent. Alright. Just finished the sketchy descent. Whew. I'm glad to be down here, but you can see back at the pass. There's the Sherpas who got there right as we were leaving. But they're just chilling, relaxing. It's all good. But you come back down, these guys still have a long way to go. Check out the load they're carrying. When they take a break, they put their basket on that stick. This guy's got like 2 packs and some other goods all together. I bet his pack weighs 5 times as much as mine, but whew. I don't envy them, that's for sure. But at least they're going up and not down. Look at this side of the pass. Jeez. Jeez. There's a big group of Canadians and their Sherpas. But as you keep going up, it's like basically just like a straight, like,
I'd rate it 75 degrees.
yeah, like a 75-degree angle up. You can see these guys climbing that now. I think these are the Sherpas I saw earlier. And then finally you get to the top. You can see the prayer flags up there. But we're done with that.
I was waiting for you.
That's the past. The future is over this way. Just over this little pass here and then down into the Gokyo Valley. The Dudkosi. A couple of yak bulls. A little menacing. I see you eyeing me. But it's hard to believe we were just up there. There's the pass. Alright, there's the pass, which is obscured by some clouds. But once again, the panorama. This is, I think, my 4th or 5th day above 15,000 feet. So it's starting to feel normal. These mountains right here are in the Khumbu Valley. So we saw them from a different angle yesterday at Kalapatar. But right about on schedule, the clouds start drifting in at 10:30 or so. Alright, we're walking on right across the longest glacier in Nepal. And as you can see, it's a little bit windy, but underneath my feet, underneath all this debris is ice, a river of ice. There's actually all these little multiple little lakes like on top of the glacier where some of the snow is melted. See that over there. But it's like a moonscape of rock and ice. And it's amazing to think about that we're actually moving. The glacier is sliding down this valley. So it moves, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 centimeters a year. Pretty impressive stuff. Down there. Let's see, give me a rock hop across this glacier lake. It's gonna make it. Stuff. I've never walked across the glacier before. I hope I don't fall in a crevasse. This is just like white sand in Florida. Like still on the glacier, but we could be on a beach just as easily, except for the clouds and the mountains around. But glacial beach. Awesome stuff. I've never ever seen sand this fine off the beach.